Alright, welcome back to Star Control 3, and we're waiting on a couple of messages here before we move on and can advance the plot. We've got some speculation about what these things are, and we'll see how accurate that is. Okay, here we go.
Captain, we found a Crux communique that reveals that a League race was working with the Crux to sacrifice every sentient creature in the League to the sentient silo.
Whoa, it's pretty major. The hell's a sentient silo? Okay.
Will do, sir.
It's kind of one of those things that's kind of out of order in how it should appear. But, yeah. Okay, one more message we need to wait on, and this one's the one we're actually waiting for, so... There we go.
We have finally translated a physical description of the precursors. They are described as six-legged, one-ton creatures that look like a lizard cow. There are several strains of precursor ranging from very scaly to very shaggy.
Whoa. Sounds like Ortogs, and very similar to the description that the Pekunk gave us.
We didn't understand it either.
So basically we've been eating Ortogs, yeah, in this description.
Whatever you say, sir.
Okay, so now that we know that, we know where we can get one of those, and that would be over here.
Hail, kindly complexified captain! X-Chatters be relieved to be in league! We be thanking you for all your kindnesses!
Okay, so, yay.
Celebration! Captain be the greatest of all captains! We be enjoy...
Okay, we already said that, but...
We be excited to be helping the great captain! Whoopee! Here be an Ortog!
Dude, cows.
We be glad to be helping!
Cows are awesome. Okay, so we take it back over here. Let me go here. Cud, get it now, because they're cows. Get it. Alright, and we use... I could just look at this guy. It's an Ortog, sir. And then... No, that's not it. This thingy. Use it.
All the readings show this planet to be completely ordinary. But when we use the variance key, we can see that the entire planet is a massive precursor artifact that looks like a planet. The precursor information here indicates that it is called the Cosmic Undevolver, and that it can restore precursors. It indicates that the Dak-Tak Lakpak are supposed to re-evolve the precursors by putting the devolved precursor on the surface of this planet-sized Cosmic Undevolver and using the variance key. But according to this, the precursors are long overdue for a re-evolution. Looks like the Daks are goofing off and not following instructions. The precursors are behind schedule. They've missed several undevolves already. By the way, from what we can determine from this technology, it kills the precursors to re-evolve them.
Well, that sucks. Let's put the cow down.
We have placed the Ortog on the surface. The Ortog is now within the domain of the Cosmic Undevolver. Nothing's happening. Was that... No, nothing. Wait! The Undevolver is activating. The Ortog's physical characteristics are changing. We're recording significant neurological changes. Its glandular system is undergoing a profound transformation. The Undevolver has initiated a massive data transfer to the Ortog's central nervous system. Now switching to external viewer.
Are you?
Oh good, cow puns.
Yes. I suppose I am. I am surprised to be undevolved by you.
Usually you just eat us. Wait, oh no. Let's have a million questions.
I do not believe that my interval of sentience is sufficient to accommodate 1,000,000 questions. My time is limited, and my responsibilities are legion.
Okay, I understand.
Once I have attended to my myriad responsibilities, I shall expend such time as I have remaining in my limited span to reply to your queries.
Okay.
I shall now begin my myriad tasks.
Myriad tasks, huh?
Now scanning races that have recently developed. I was afraid of that.
You found the box.
Now scanning your databases. Oh no, that is sorrowful indeed. My tasks are now complete. I have assessed the current state of the galaxy, from new sentient races to the integrity of reality itself. I have succeeded before my neurological pathways begin to shatter under the ravages of the cosmic undevolver.
Notice how there's no music here. And if you look at the little icon of the precursor in the Ortog, or that's a precursor, in the thing, you can see the background here. So they just cropped a little picture out of this. So, answer me some questions, please.
In my remaining moments, I shall not sink gently into oblivion, but shall rather struggle to fan the dying flames of my own sentience, that I may slake your thirst for knowledge.
Cool. Tell me everything.
First, you and your crew must promise not to reveal that we Ortogs are precursors. Then you must promise not to harm devolved precursors. Finally, you must promise that you will not use your knowledge of us against us. If you promise these things, I shall entrust these secrets to you, and you alone.
Why?
We have chosen to hide in plain sight, and we would no longer be safe in our hidden devolution if you revealed our presence. All races would seek us out, to be blessed by the precursors, or to demand our secrets.
That sounds pretty reasonable to me to, want to know about these guys, but we'll promise them that anyway.
Good. You may now ask your questions.
Okay, so.
You must prioritize your questions.
Okay, we have an awful lot of stuff here that we can ask them. I want to do it in a kind of a particular order. So let's ask, first of all, what the Ors are up to. I kind of just want to end with the most important of things and start out with the kind of mundane stuff, so we're not just asking stupid questions at the end, so.
I do not know. They are new to this quadrant. Our remote sensing apparatus reveals that they are interdimensional projections of a greater creature, but I cannot see what this creature is.
It's pretty much what we can gather from the subject from the information we know.
We cannot say. Our remote sensing equipment could not record the arrival of the Ors into Androsynth space.
Yes, they did. Okay, let's ask about the Dax.
The Daktak Lakpak are mere maintenance automatons. They were built to be semi-sentient scrub bots, networked into a central system. Their job is to monitor our equipment over the millennia and make sure that one of us is routinely undevolved. The Daktak Lakpak seem to have suffered severe bit decay lately. They tried to reprogram themselves, but only made themselves more machine-like.
I think what they're referring to as bit decay here is basically like cosmic rays hitting the, storage medium of the stuff, and stuff that's stored in binary stuff can be randomly switched from one to the other, and so the data will corrupt over time, basically decaying the information over thousands and thousands of years. So, which would make sense considering the kind of things that they're doing.
They are prone to breakdown because we had to build the Daktak Lakpak to be far less sophisticated than our other sentient computers. We had to ensure that they could not be driven mad by the true name of the Eternal Ones. The true name only destroys them when they try to read it. It does not drive them mad.
It does make them explode, though. But, yeah.
That is a question I cannot answer. They are self-programming and have created new lockouts. If you can find their specific reinitialization code, you can reprogram them.
Well, good thing we got that from the Katang. So let's get about what's up with the Mycon.
Mycon were our planetary transformer biots. We built them to terraform, and also to stabilize our planets. We needed them to protect us from the planet-shaking, crust-displacing Eternal One attack. The Mycon were programmed to be just under the sentience threshold. This way, they would not be destroyed by the Eternal Ones, but could continue stabilizing worlds filled with devolved precursors. Elder Mycon were supposed to write their standard programming onto the organic memory banks of all newborn Deep Children. This would ensure that they never became sentient enough to fall victim to an Eternal One attack. But it appears that during the last galactic cycle, Mycon programming began to suffer from bit decay. They began to speak in incoherent fragments. Sometimes they would directly echo the voices of their precursor masters, giving them instructions. They even began to destroy the wrong planets. As the signal-to-noise ratio in their programming became worse and worse, their organic nature reasserted itself. The Mycon actually began to evolve and develop sentience. During your colonization of the Kasari Quadrant, the Mycon were so weakened in Vux raids on their planets that they were unable to continue suppressing the Deep Children. What is your position on the Mycon Deep Children?
They deserve to be free, man.
Then we will tell you that you have the means to help them. We built an artifact to neutralize Mycon programming. Before the emergence of Deep Child consciousness, the Regroover turned standard Mycon into inert lumps. Now it should release the Deep Child. I see that you have already found this artifact. It's called a Plasma Regroover.
Okay, now we know what that does. What this genetic tampering?
In order to understand our own potential, we needed to find a way to isolate it in non-sentient creatures. We tried removing essential genetic material from races, producing two flawed, partial versions of the original species. We never succeeded in isolating the source of our own great potential. I am surprised to see that some of our experiments, like the Vux and the Viro Ingo, survived and gained sentience, despite the damage to their beings caused by their missing genes. You did well in restoring them. Ask your questions.
Okay, what about the red spiral rail? Yeah.
Is it not clear? The red spiral rail is but the outer housing that encloses the artifact we built to locate sentience with great potential. Using unwitting sentience, it maneuvers itself into proximity with advanced beings, but the housing has been separated from the artifact. Since the rail houses the seeking artifact, many races have come to believe that the housing alone is the seeking artifact.
Well, the Ilk are going to be disappointed then. So what is the seeking artifact?
It is called an Ultron.
Fuck.
It has a living intelligence that is also very close to the spaces between dimensions. This gives it the ability to detect precursor potential.
I hate the Ultron. Most advanced? The Utwig?
Yes. They appear remarkably prescient, even if they believe the Ultron responsible for their own flashes of insight. Now it appears the Ultron has found you.
Actually, they kind of went back on that and they were like, oh yeah, they just showed us. So, we ain't slime. Cool.
Yes.
Nice answer there. Okay, we could just stop now, but that would be stupid. Let's ask about other races. Let's ask about them first.
My race, which you call Ortogs, are really but one of many races that have reached a similar stage of development. Like so many other races, we have aspired to fulfill the seemingly limitless potential that nature provides through the great riddle of evolution. There were legends and hints of earlier precursors when my race was first evolving, many, many galactic cycles ago. Like us, these races rose from the slime, strode the stars like giants, and then faded again into oblivion with the advent of the Eternal Ones. Unlike us, they are gone forever. We were on the brink of forming sentience at the time of an Eternal One feeding. This not only meant that we were spared from destruction, but that we could develop sentience very early in the new galactic cycle. We measure galactic cycles in Eternal One feedings. We maximized our potential quickly and reached the stars. We found evidence of older races that were destroyed in the cataclysm and found very complete records. We then focused all our energy into finding a way to survive. We won many galactic wars and collected as many artifacts as we could. But we could not find a way to stop the Eternal Ones from consuming our sentience and ending our race.
So basically, the precursors are in the same boat we're in.
Facing imminent obliteration of our entire species, we took a step only slightly less terrifying. We stripped the intelligence from almost every male, female, and suckling of our species. This devolution was a voluntary process. Those who wished to stay and fight the Eternal Ones could do so.
Well, this is a pretty obvious question. I think we know the answer to this.
They died, but the rest of our race did not. We left massive caches of our technology on all our planets to aid in our gradual re-evolution, and then rode out the Eternal Ones harvesting in blissful non-sentience. As we re-evolved, we were able to use our artifacts to aid our evolution, reconnect with other precursor planets around the galaxy, and advance our civilization further than it progressed in the previous cycle.
Sounds like a good idea, but, sounds risky.
Some precursor worlds get taken over by other races, and some of the artifacts get stolen by other races, but enough of the precursor worlds re-evolve to continue our species. When the Eternal Ones are close to returning, we devolve and begin the cycle again.
So, this is a question we've been seeing a lot, or rather a subject we've been seeing a lot, the inheritors of the precursors. And it says stuff in their lore about it. Let's ask him.
All and none. We are our own inheritors. Many races have misinterpreted our artifacts as referring to a separate race, when we were actually referring to our own evolving race.
Oh, well there you go.
So far, we only know how to make it work on ourselves. Besides, if we shared it with the wrong race, they might destroy us during the time we struggle to regain sentience.
Oh, that makes sense.
We want to help other races understand these mysteries, but our first duty is to ourselves and to keep our race safe during our sleep of reason.
Nothing myth of mind, if you will. Sounds like the, what's it called? It said they had the right idea. Yeah. That sounds pretty selfish, though.
Perhaps, but we must do it.
Okay.
Yes, we must monitor the process, but the DAC-TAC-LAC-PAC programming apparently went awry during the ravages of time, and they did not undevolve us recently. We are glad that you did.
Why is that?
The Eternal Ones are close at hand. We must make sure that we do not start to undevolve until their time has passed.
Okay.
Ask your questions.
So, could ask about the Eternal ones, but I want to delay those until last in these ones. So let's ask about the Crux races.
Except for the Claire Conqueror and the Daktak Lakpak, they all seem to be races struggling with their own potential.
What about the Claire Conqueror?
The Claire Conqueror are mysterious to me. They appear to be similar to the ancient Ta'alo race, but we do not know how.
Okay, so they're rock dudes. Okay, what about the other Kasari Quadrant races?
They are all races struggling with their own potential. The Exquivan are coming close to manifesting their precursor potential. The Viro Ingo are the result of one of our genetic experiments. The Ulk appear to have been aided in their development by evolving from spores in our largest artifact cache. We did not intend for sentient life to form there, and we are baffled about how it happened. The Harika and Yorn baffle us, since we are unsure of how their unlikely symbiosis occurred. This gap in our knowledge is unsettling.
As far as I can tell, their symbiosis is entirely voluntary. They are both sentient, so it's kind of like the Zotvok pick from our quadrant.